Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th Edition Chronicle of Bane and Blood. This is episode 4, Dead End. So let's meet our werewolves, starting with Avery.
Hi. Hello, everyone. It's me, at Averydaboi on all the social media platforms. I style myself as something of an internet personality, and you'll see me around places doing stuff. But in this place, with this stuff, I will be playing the Galestalker Philodox. Sense the sweet water.
Sense the sweet water. That's right. Az?
Hello! I'm Az, or as I was on the social media, because I think I'm funny. And today I will be playing Timber, Shakes the Trees, Red Talon Ragabash, Business Manager.
Luna?
Hi, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on all the things, including on Twitch. And today I will be playing Lorelei Savagewind, Black Fury Theurge.
Rachel?
Hi everybody, I am the Azure Butterfly, or Azure for short, or simply Rachel, creative director of Rolling Nomads. And today I am playing Hannah Ackerman, the Bonar Theurge.
And last but never least, Ramos.
Hello, I am Gilbert Ramos, found everywhere at Ramos the Nomad. Today I am Elias Hearteater, Arun Ghost Council, faithful employee to the capitalist working machine that is in Germany.
Yeah, can't escape it. I'm Huddy. Hello, I'm your storyteller this evening. This is a Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th Edition actual play. We've gone over our safety and consent, but please check in with yourselves, as your well-being is important to all of us who are playing. All the content warnings will be down in the description below. So if you all are ready, last one's anfangen, and let's return to Berlin. The Monse Pack's foray into the city of Berlin went downhill very fast. Approximately an hour after their arrival, their first attempt at investigating one of the homeless shelters Maggie told them about ended in Sweets ripping the spine out of a Cult of Fenris member, and an open firefight on the street in broad daylight. Thanks to quick thinking from Hannah and Lorelei, the pack were able to escape with the body, which Timber expertly disposed of. This incident prompted your pack leader Lorelei to instruct you all to take some time to acclimate to the city, and that no Garu should be alone on the streets. When your investigation will continue, well, that will be up to the discretion of your pack leader. We begin our scene tonight 1 week after your arrival in Berlin. Timber, inside of Threadbare, the location here in the district of Wedding, you have spent your time adjusting to the duties of a manager, which mostly means phone calls with Mr. Wolf, making schedules for you and your workers, Elias and Marcus, and making reports about something called shrinkage. Frankly, it's been hell, Timber, but at least you get paid more, and you'll need that money for rent now. Please start off at 3 rage.
It checks. Yep.
Yep. As you are in the back office writing up those schedules for the next week, you hear a knock on your office door.
Yes?
It's Marcus. I'm here for my shift.
Oh, Marcus, excellent. So, come in. No. Close door. Let me...
He opens the door, and you can make me a wits and insight roll, please. Don't forget that 3 rage.
Yeah, I just need one of these guys right here. Wits and insight. Oh boy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Okay. Marcus looks tired. It's about 3 in the afternoon. It's his second shift. He's going to be closing, and he'll be working by himself. This is sort of the part of the day where it's not going to be very busy. People, when they're off work here in Germany, they go to the grocery store. They aren't going to go shopping for clothes. It's usually something for the elderly people to do during the day, or on Saturdays is pretty busy. All 3 of you usually have to work on Saturday mornings. He looks tired, like wasn't sleeping or he was busy today. He's also covered up all of his tattoos. You don't know why necessarily, but you do know that the people here in Berlin tend to be more chatty than the people in Potsdam, especially the older people. They tend to ask you a lot of questions. They ask you a lot about your hair, about your accent. So maybe they've also been bugging Marcus about his tattoos.
Marcus looks tired.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm just not used to sleeping with so much noise, and it's, I don't know, it feels weird sleeping in such an open space, but also enclosed. I don't know how to explain it. Plus, I don't have a bed.
We are working on bed, but based on the schedule, she's got like pieces of paper. She doesn't use technology for any of the scheduling. It's wild. So she grabs a couple pieces of paper and kind of hands it to Marcus, where it's like the budget for the pack for the month. So in like 2 weeks, unless we find bed to steal, Marcus will have bed, but Maggie get bed first because old.
Yeah, Maggie and my dad should get the bed first.
Maybe based on today, if last hour very slow, register could break and office could take a nap.
I'll keep it in mind. I saw Elias waiting for you out on the street. He has currywurst.
Food. Oh, Timber has not eaten. So much work.
You should eat. There's plenty of places to go get food here. Way more than Puffstone.
Look, the schedule and the budget and the thing Mr. Wolf said to make sure all the numbers match. It's very difficult based on how much we need as.
You're doing great, Timber. You really are. I don't know why you're the only one working like in this type of position, born as a wolf. My dad never worked.
Timber worked very hard for beer, banana juice, and it backfired on Timber.
Hopefully we won't have to be in the city too long. You'll take care of whatever it is that you need to take care of, and we can go back to the Sept. I really want to go back to the Sept.
Timber wants to go home as well. Timber does not want to, but Timber now will have to figure out how to get out of job while keeping job, and that is a problem for after we figure out what is happening.
I'm just worried about your dad trying to tend to the garden. I don't think he can do it.
Marcus left Crookpaw in charge of garden.
Left is a generous term. He said, I take care of it. And I didn't get to say anything after that.
Problem for later. We deal with that later. We'll redo garden. Timber will add it to the budget. Food. And she's gonna stand up and kind of like bump into Marcus. And then go find the currywurst. And hopefully not take off some of Elias's fingers in the process.
So you exit out of the office and through the main part of Threadbare. And Elias, you're outside on the street. It's a spring, so it's pretty mild outside. There's a little bit of mist, a little bit of rain in the air. But you're standing there with a steaming pile of currywurst. You've already eaten yours. As I've mentioned multiple times, being a werewolf, you're always hungry. Always. So you couldn't resist eating yours, but you've held off to save one for Timber. And he's waiting for you.
You are first favorite right now in this moment, and just grabs the food and shoves it in her mouth and just. How did yesterday go?
Fine, I suppose.
Based on numbers, less change.
Yeah, I will. I'll work on that.
Good. It's an important part of job responsibilities.
Elias, you're at 2 rage as you did not work today, but also you don't have a bed.
How's everything so far today?
Lots of paperwork and budget, because we need bed for human and bed for pack mates and food and rent. Timber wants to go home. Timber wants to go home so bad.
Yeah, no, I hate it here too.
And Timber's gonna turn around and stick the key in the door and lock the front door to Threadbare so that maybe Marcus can get a break. Did food for rest of pack?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, what our budget looks like and what our standing is on that. Because there's other shit I can try to go do.
I'm gonna level with you. It's not looking great. We need to steal beds and food.
Honestly, I'm kind of better suited for that. So yeah, we can do
Timber.
that.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah.
Maybe one of Wyrm stores.
Yeah, we'll grab, there's a Globus, I think, up the road. We can go.
Yes, Wyrm store.
Absolutely. We have someone we can check in with as well, Timber. Her name is Lilette.
Lilette. Oh, the one who punched Old Wolf in face.
Yeah. She didn't show up at the moot, so maybe she'd be willing to help us out, giving her absence with furniture and food and maybe a lead.
Lead. Truck. She came in car.
Either way, I mean, I think we should seek her out.
And you know Lilette lives in a nice part of Berlin. She doesn't live in Charlottenburg, which is the nicest part of Berlin, but she lives in a nice part called Schöneberg, which literally means nice village. And a place near Victoria Park is where she lives. It's where Lorelei spent an entire year here in Berlin. And it's not far from where you are. It's just to the south. So you could walk or take a Strasse or grab an e-scooter, depending on your mood. How would you think the two of you would go? Would you go on foot, Strassenbahn, or tram? How would you go?
I think secretly Elias loves the e-scooters.
Uh-huh. Well, you have a phone, so you could get one.
Yeah, I would. That would be my recommendation.
And Timber can just hold on, because that's super common here in Germany. How does Timber feel about that?
If Elias wasn't the one driving the scooter, this would be terrifying. So now it's just mildly upsetting.
So you eat the currywurst. It's good. It's fresh. It's hot. The meat tastes good. The fries taste good. That are in there. You throw it away in a trash bin. And you hold on to Elias real tight as he puts his phone over the e-scooter and gets that all situated so that he's going to... And that's also something you have to take out of the budget as well, because that's going to go right to you. You get all the bills.
All right, Timber will add this to the watch out for cracks in. Okay, all right.
Yeah, you speed off to Schöneberg, and we're going to join back up with the two of you in just a little bit as you travel. But for now, we're going to move over to Sense the Sweetwater. Inside the warehouse loft the pack now resides in. Sweets, this last week has been difficult for you. And not just because your actions led to a near tearing of the veil, the Garu term for secrecy in relation to humankind about who and what werewolves are. But things are just different here in Berlin. Maybe wrong's not the right word, but different is as mild as you can put it. Since your change of patron to Northwind, a spirit known for their hardiness and restlessness, you experienced nothing of the sort in the years you spent at Monsey-Seth. In fact, bouts of exhaustion followed by frequent naps and vivid dreams have been the norm for you for over a decade. However, since being in Berlin, the exhaustion has completely washed away. You feel stronger, more hale than you have in years, and any attempts to nap midday are frustratingly futile. There's a part of you that is invigorated by this newfound endurance, a knowledge that this is part of being a Galestalker, a part of you that has been blocked for some time. However, another part of you yearns for the dreams Luna granted you, dreams that often guided your steps and offered clarity of perspective, especially concerning the pups you feel compelled to guide. So you make another attempt, utilizing your anxiety pills to help you out, and you lay down in your lupus form, curling up at Maggie's feet on her cot, who is also resting. You close your eyes and wait for sleep. What comes is agitated flits and flutters of visions. Talia's first steps inside Wild Boar's Grove. The time Ilva never came home and you found her passed out in Berlin's city library. When Bertrand told you he was gay, and your apparently strange reaction of, yes and? That caused him to laugh and cry and hug you tight. Teaching Marcus how to drive, how much his smile looked like Maggie's. When Tiara was born, holding her tiny body in your arms, then the shock when Maggie began screaming as Gaia blessed you with your first son, Jurgen, as well. That first night with Maggie, pressed skin against skin under the shining face of Luna, a night that changed everything. You strain to hold on to that particular vision, staring up at Luna, your body still moving against Maggie's in the dream, silently pleading at Luna to speak to you through you as she has for so many years. The moon stares back at you deeply, and you watch its face begin to shake and tremble as small cracks cover its surface. Green smoke begins to pour from the cracks, covering you, the memory still playing out as it had happened, Maggie completely oblivious to it. A clawed hand forces its way through one of the cracks, splitting the moon in two. As the light of Luna fades and turns dark, it's replaced by a fiery green spiral. Sweets, please wake at 3 rage as you hear a loud crash from downstairs.
I think unconsciously, even just waking up, and from that, Sweets will take Hispo.
You make me a rage check. See if you stay at 3.
That is a failure.
Then you are at 2 rage now.
And
You're,
just
and you
without
wake up.
thinking, will like leap out of the loft down to the main floor.
You see that Maggie has dropped the kettle. Looks like she at some point had gotten up and attempted to make tea, and she had dropped the kettle on the floor and burnt her hand. And she's now holding her hand over the cold water and sort of whimpering to herself.
Sweets will pad up beside her and just kind of rub his face on her side.
She washes her hand, cleans it, and she looks around for bandages or something that she can wrap it with. She doesn't see anything, so she grabs a piece of her coat that she's wearing and just sort of rips it and wraps it around her hand.
Sweets will lick it.
I'm sorry I woke you, Crimson.
Just shakes his head. And he'll kind of like nudge to turn her around.
She stops you. Can you speak to me, please? I can't communicate with you this way.
Sweets will pat off somewhere where she can't see and go back to Hamid form.
What were you dreaming about? You were picking me with your little paws.
I was dreaming about a lot of things. But that first night that we spent together on that rooftop. But the Luna cracked and became the spiral.
We fought black spiral dancers that very night, if you remember.
Yeah, but they didn't get into Luna.
No. You think it means something?
Yeah. I just don't know what that something is yet.
Is it possible that you were dreaming about that night, that first night, because you've been lonely?
Maybe.
I didn't want to ask, because I wouldn't blame you, and I didn't want to have the discussion.
I kept my promise.
If you had been with someone else, it's okay. I left you. I abandoned our family.
You told me that... Well, you tell me. You remember what you said? What Luna told you?
I do.
Then you already know the answer.
Luna didn't tell me that this would happen. And our fates are not predetermined.
Okay.
I just wanted you to know that I wouldn't be upset.
I only got eyes for you, babe.
She sort of puts one hand over her eye with cataracts. Is that a joke?
You know, Tully's got a glassy eye now too.
Yes, I saw.
He'll smile and just wrap his arms around her and kind of look at the burn for a moment.
She stiffens when you wrap your arms around her, but then she gives into it.
I miss you. But you were always more alone than I was. I was okay.
I hope that Kakteeth can come soon with a Versicherungskarte, an insurance card for me, so I can go to the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good. Timber and I'll take you, and Timber will do the little Ragabash thing that Timber does, and it'll be alright.
As you hold Maggie's hand and look at the burn, you hear someone start banging on the steel door that the warehouse has.
Let me get that.
Sure.
He'll kiss her on the cheek and go to the door.
Do you just open the door, or do you look through the slot? Mhm. You see your son Bertrand, and you see Talia.
Quickly open the door. Hey, there's my boy. There's my girl. Come on in. Come on.
Bertrand says, Marcus called me. I have furniture for you.
Yeah, I was gonna call today and see if you had time for me to come visit, but it seems like I'm moving too slow these days. Huh?
I can leave the truck outside. Marcus can return it to me whenever. I don't have to stay.
Why don't you, though?
I don't know. We didn't really end things very well last time, and you won't let me take Mom to a hospital, so...
Look, can we meet in the middle? Can we talk?
Make it quick.
We've got one of ours working on getting that insurance card for your mom. And as soon as she has it, we'll go. We can all go together. I mean, if you want to come. I'd like you to come.
All right. As long as your angry friend isn't going to be there.
No, you don't need to worry about Elias.
Oh, I don't mean him. I meant the one who lifted me up by the back of my neck. The lady.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen to you ever again.
All right. I'll believe it when I see it.
Do you want to see your mom?
Actually, I have to head back. I have to help Ilva.
I think it would help.
Yeah. You call me when we're gonna go to the doctor, and I'll be here. I have to help Ilva. She's moving out, and I gotta help her move all of her stuff out.
Where's she going?
She got a job.
Where?
I don't know, somewhere in Berlin. I'll have to ask her. I'm gonna drive in there, obviously.
Well, give her her address here and ask her to stop by for me.
Sure. She seems real psyched about this job, and she wants to get out as quick as possible, so.
All right. Well, if you need any help, let me know. I mean, I got all day. I got nothing on my plate, so.
Aren't you in the city for a reason?
I mean, yeah, but we got told to chill out, I guess, so.
Because you did something.
Yeah, I killed somebody. What of it?
I didn't hear that. And he kisses Talia on the cheek. He's like, all right, I'm gone.
Hey, will you bring Allie to the hospital?
Alyosha.
Yes, please. I'd like to meet him.
I'll think about it.
It would mean a lot to me, Bertrand. I'll just give him a kiss on the cheek. Go on.
Talia has gone over to Maggie, and they're having a warm embrace. And she says, just here to tell you that Cracked Teeth, sorry, we don't have the insurance card yet. We are working on... We made contact.
Oh, shit.
We met 2 leeches in a park.
Okay. How'd it go?
And, well, it was more fun than we should have let it be. But you know how Moorwalker is. Everything has to be a production.
Yeah, no.
He had a really good time scaring them. And to be fair, we all played a part in it.
What'd you find out?
Well, they know about the Shadow Bane. And they want to destroy it too. They're supposed to set up a meeting with us. Haven't heard anything yet, but we're hopeful.
Well, let's just hope they don't dilly-dally too long on that.
Yeah. Cracked Teeth is also... he has a new obsession.
Oh, God.
The person running Wade Enterprises, something else. The more he looks into her, the more he finds, and he's been shut up in his room day in, day out.
Yeah, we met her when we found your mom.
And?
I mean, she's special. She's... I don't know. I know you're tired of hearing about the way things were when I was your age, but I never met one on my own, but I heard stories about will workers, and I don't know. She was like a spirit given flesh. I mean,
to hear Cracked Teeth talk about her, she might be the biggest bad in the city.
no, I don't think so.
I'll let him, whenever he comes out of his cave and takes a shower, I'll let him lay it all out for you.
Yeah.
Until then, I have to keep Pinecones occupied because he won't stop scratching at his door. That's
You could always tell Pinecones that he could come and see his sister. I mean, that's an option.
Sure.
Do you need anything from me?
Nope. I just wanted to spend some time with Mom, if that's okay.
I mean, yeah, no, I can go.
Well, I like you too.
I like you too, kid. Why don't I start getting this furniture in, and then we can, shoot the shit.
And Talia points at the kettle on the ground, and I'll clean that up.
Thank you.
Are you sure you can do that? You look kind of fit. Not to sound weird or anything.
Yeah, no, I feel great. I feel better than I felt in a long time. I feel like I'm 55 again.
Weird. Really weird.
No, I mean, I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about it, and I don't know if it's because I'm farther away from Monse or because I'm closer to Boar. I don't know. I feel strong. I mean...
Well, we'll need it since we've heard absolutely nothing about your investigation. I have noticed.
Yeah, it's because I kind of fucked it up.
We figured.
We went to check out that first place, and you remember Udo?
Maybe. I was 15 when Grunewald fell. I mean,
Udo
and I
was
wasn't hanging out with a lot of the werewolves.
Udo was the one that made you change. The one who killed your brother.
Right. Okay.
And killed Leah, Hana's mom. And we ran into him at the shelter, and I lost it.
I can't blame you, really. But I also can't blame Lorelei if she has you under house arrest. I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not proud of it. But it happened, and I don't know. I don't know what to say.
You just had to practice, Dad. But you bring in the furniture. There's beds, couches. There's even a TV.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Timber's gonna fucking love that.
I'll make tea and we'll chat.
Yeah. Do you want me to run down the street and grab us a doner kebab, or how we feeling?
I'm fine.
Mags, you wanna doner?
I'm fine.
We haven't eaten today. Come on. What is with you guys?
Dad, just say that you want a doner kebab.
I do, but I don't want to go get one if I'm not getting one for all of us. So I'm gonna go get 3, and you can eat them later.
Talia sort of looks you up and down, and she reaches into her leather jacket, and she pulls out 10 euro. She hands it to you.
Appreciate
Somehow,
you.
I don't think you have any money.
I've got a few euro cents that fucking Timber snuck into my pocket that she didn't think I was looking. But yeah, no. Yeah.
Here.
All right. I love you. Mwah, mwah. I love you. Mwah, mwah. I'm gonna bring in the furniture, and then I'm gonna go get us some doner kebabs, and then we're gonna sit down. We're gonna have lunch like a fucking family. Okay.
So as you do that, have lunch like a fucking family. We're gonna move over our scene over to Hana and Lorelei. Both of you at 1 rage, please. Excuse me, 2 rage, because you don't have beds. As the 2 of you walk the streets of Kreuzberg on your way to the occult shop Esoteric. As the 2 of you are unable to work, you've spent your time trying to research what Lorelei had taken from Tiara's cabin. Tiara's personal journal seemed to not be of recent vintage, rather something she kept in the early years of her life, all the way up to the first few years after her change. There are pages torn out at the end, which seem to be her thoughts post her rite of passage. What you have gleaned from Tiara's journal is that she thought her father, Crimson Howler, hung the moon, and she wanted nothing more than to follow him into the now fallen tribe, the Get of Fenris. The other 2 journals taken were full of glyphs and symbols neither of you know. Therefore, you've come here to Esoteric to see if you can find some sort of linguistic decoder in order to translate what on earth these journals are about. As for the wolf paw, well, Hana, nothing about it seems strange except what you can see through your penumbral senses, the way the petrified talisman twists and moves. Lorelei, however, it seems to hold the paw in higher priority. In fact, Hana, she's rarely let it out of her sight since you've arrived in Berlin. I need a willpower roll from Lorelei and a wits and awareness roll from Hana, please. Hana, please remember your rage. No rage dice for you, Lorelei.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Mm-hmm. Onto that top.
2 successes out of 7 dice.
Oh, great. So as you're approaching Esoteric, Lorelei, you feel something that has happened a few times now in the week that you've been with the paw, let's put it that way. You feel this hot breath on the back of your neck and a very low growl. And it urges you to pull the necklace out of your bag and you put it around your neck. And Hana, you see that. You don't hear the growl or feel the breath, but you see Lorelei do that.
Far be it from me to question the judgment of our pack leader, Lorelei, but do you think that's a good idea?
It's fine. We'll take care of it. It's not gonna leave my sight, trust me.
It moves in weird fucking ways. I mean, all right. If you think you know, if you know better than me on that, that's fine. That's fine. But Hana's
like-
really uncomfortable.
I think she's like kind of rubbing it with her thumb, holding on to it very tightly.
What is it? Does it do anything to you?
What do you mean?
Like, I looked at it with our sight and it moved. Is it doing anything different for you?
Not particularly.
She's kind of going to hold out the palm of her hand and she's going to say, "A little rat boy, have you ever seen anything like that before?"
Oh, let me make a roll for Little Rat Boy. Because he's a part of rat, but he's not rat. He would have a significant amount of dice for that, though.
Voiced by Gilbert Ramos.
Didn't roll super great. He would look at it and he would say, "Seems like a talisman."
Yeah. It moves. Do you see it moving?
All talisman, they usually have some sort of spirit inside of them or something. And things look different in the Umbra. You should see me in the Umbra. I'm huge.
I believe you. I gotta see that sometime.
Just gotta step through the gauntlet.
Remembering the last time that happened for Hana. He just kind of gets
And
like a
the
cold shiver.
rat, your patron spirit that did visit you, was huge.
Yeah. Oh, I completely believe you on that. Well, Lorelei, please be careful. I don't think we should risk too much and having something that we don't know the full nature of in contact with us that deeply. I mean, you didn't want Kiara to get her hands on it, so we know nothing about it. Got to be a reason for that level of desire that Tiara had for it.
Tiara probably wanted to use it to escape, is my guess.
Maybe.
Two of you approach Esoteric. Hana, you've been in Esoteric before. You had a run-in with the shopkeep girl, whose name you don't know. So I need to know how you're going in. Now, I can remind everyone, I believe I said this already, but Germany is a very dog-friendly country. It's very common here to walk into a grocery store and see people with their dogs. That is not unusual at all. So you can bring dogs into most places, usually not eateries, but outdoor eateries, absolutely you can have your dog with you.
So the second we approach Esoteric, Hana's going to kind of like freeze for a second and finally have a realization of which shop this is.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to be... You remember when I said that I tried to rob one of these places before, or well, my friends wanted to, and I was there?
Yeah, and I said that was terrible luck. Or would bring terrible luck. Oh, not here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Those friends that y'all just, they were the ones that insisted that we check this place out, but the woman that I guess runs this shop is kind of scary.
Yeah, she's always playing with the knife.
Yeah, she fucking threw that shit right at my head, almost fucking killed me, but I don't know, there was something not right. I couldn't lie to her. I don't know what that means. Like, I tried, but like, I don't know, when I spoke to her, when I tried to distract her from my friends, it was really... She got me to tell the truth, like, instantly. Not sure if that means anything.
Did you, now were you just nervous and unable to lie, or did you feel compelled to tell the truth? Yeah,
compelled. Yeah. That'd be a better word for it. So, that being said, she probably, like, I don't know, maybe she has some sort of fucking photographic memory. That woman is scary. Kind of hot in a way, but like that's that's neither here nor there. I will go in with you, but give me a quick second, and I'm gonna go like hustle down the alleyway by Esoteric.
That alleyway.
Yep.
You're gonna head down to that alleyway to shift to your lupus form. You sort of crouch down on all fours and become a Newfoundland, right? Is that correct?
Yep, the Newfoundland.
All your bones shift and crack and change, and you grow fur. It's not pleasant, but it's not exactly painful. Not in lupus form, anyway. And I need to say to you, Hana, without any penumbral senses, because you are a bone gnar, this alleyway, you get really bad vibes in this alleyway. You don't see any spirits necessarily here. You don't see any banes here either, but you get the feeling that this alleyway has experienced a lot of corruption and death. And as you turn the corner back to Lorelei in your Newfoundland form, the shop Esoteric, as you look at it now that you are a Garu, it is shrouded in darkness. Without any use of your penumbral sight.
Oof. Hana is gonna look at that, like the way she kind of like she's a little uncomfortable in the alley with that. But when Lorelei, when you see me pop out or Hana pop out of there, doing a little shaky shake and a little tail wag, she will like stop and like look at Esoteric, and there is like 1,000-yard stare happening. And I would like to activate the senses.
So spend me a point of willpower.
Okay, I have 3 left.
Yeah, I'll also do that for noble senses.
Spend me a point of willpower. And it is intelligence and wisdom.
2 crits, so that's 4. Okay.
2.
All right. So Lorelei, now you can see the shrouded darkness around the building. However, nothing changes yet. That will remain active for the scene, though.
Excellent. Before we go in, in the time that we've spent together, would Hana have come up with like a name for when she's in lupus form? You know, like a dog has a name.
Oh, we could actually go really sad with this, and Leia.
You could call her Leia, yeah. Or Leah.
Leah.
Yeah, Leah. All right. So you walk your dog into Esoteric. Behind the counter is that woman with the cold blonde hair. She's flipping through her phone. She looks tired. Like maybe she had a late night. But she's also like, she doesn't greet you. She's just hanging out.
Interesting. Did I see anything different with the penumbral senses, by the way?
To her?
Huh?
When you look at her?
No, like in general, because I rolled, but I think
Yeah. You rolled 4 successes. I need you to look at something specific. Right now I'm talking about Lorelei, but if you let me know you're looking at anything specific, I'll let you know. Lorelei only rolled 2 successes. She doesn't see anything.
Heard. You know, yeah. Let's look at
the shop girl?
Yeah.
Yes, she looks like Bertrand. You can see dead blood in her. Now you can't communicate with Lorelei in your dog form while she's in her Hamid form. You can't use the Garu tongue with her, because that'll be very obvious that a dog is delicious.
That's very true. She's gonna whimper a little bit as she looks towards the shopkeeper, and then kind of like nervously nudge Lorelei.
Lorelei will look down and just kind of quietly go, "Oh, what's the matter? We're okay." And we'll give her like a stern, like, "I know, I got you."
Yeah, when Lorelei looks down at Hana, Hana's gonna kind of tilt her head so that kind of like shopkeep girl can't see this, but Lorelei can. She's going to kind of flash her canines a little bit.
Lorelei just nods.
Shop girl
okay.
notices you both and notices now there's a dog here, and she turns around on her stool and she says, "Ah, ich liebe Hunde. Can I pet your dog?"
I forgot Katrin wanted a dog.
I didn't.
It's my favorite thing is when Huddy says, I didn't. Sure.
Hana is kind of like looking.
So you
at
watch her bend
Lorelei.
down and start patting you, and she's speaking to you in Dortmund, and she says, "Oh, it's a boy or girl?
Girl.
Oh, who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Liebchen." And she's just
Maybe-
patting you all over.
Maybe in a little bit of a betrayal of herself, her tail's gonna start wagging, and
Mhm.
she's just gonna like tongue lolled out a little bit, and she's gonna smile. She's in part playing a part, but yeah.
Not a lot of people come here in here with dogs. Can I help you with something? We don't have any. I mean, we should. We should get some cool leather collars with spikes on it.
Oh, I would love that. No, I was just walking my dog and wanted to stop by for today. I've come here before. I was wondering if you have anything on like any books on like symbols, esoteric symbols.
Oh, we are in esoteric, so of course.
Perfect.
I like your necklace. It's very cool.
And she'll grab it, or not grab, but grasp it again and kind of
Mhm.
thumb it. Thank you.
I should definitely. Did you make it yourself? Could work something out with the owner. Could sell it in here. Replicas.
It's a family heirloom. A little sentimental too sentimental for that.
Well, as you say. Yes, we have books on occult symbols, but do you know specifically what region it would be from? Might help out. We have runic symbols from like the Nordic peoples, and we have Greek symbols and Sumerian.
Would would Han and I have been able to ascertain?
You can both make me an intelligence and academics roll.
Could I do a cult?
Yes,
I would also
that's-
like to request a cult
That'd be
because
much
my
better.
academics is.
I'll allow it.
Thank you. 2 are crit dice, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
I rolled a willpower, but 5.
Both of you would know that this is Nordic, specifically Icelandic.
Fancy.
Yes, runic. Icelandic.
Yeah, we have some. It's a little pricey because it's hard to keep these books in stock for some reason. And she goes through and she starts pulling out some books. Unfortunately, and Hana, if you are looking at as she's looking through these books, everything in the shop, almost everything, not everything, but a majority of the items in the shop, you see them with twisted, screaming faces.
I wonder why.
Lorelei, you don't see this, unfortunately. But you would notice dog Hana, scared.
Yeah.
Terrified.
My tail is fucking like. Once Papadin stops scritching at me, my tail is tucked.
She comes back with 2 books. Yeah. That will be about 50 euro, 50 euros. Sorry, they're expensive, but it's hard to keep in stock.
No, for sure, I get it. Did Timber loan us any money?
I need Timber to roll me 5 dice
Yes.
to let me know how much she loaned you. If you'll be able to take both books or not.
So I'm looking around. Is there any place in particular in here that has like a bigger like concentration of shadow?
Heading down to the
Darkness.
basement.
6.
Yes. Timber gave you 100 euros.
Excellent. Yeah,
I'm a
sweet. I'll take
generous god.
Timber is
You are.
extremely generous.
Timber's best manager.
Yeah. Well, Timber's pulling down 1,500 euros a month, so
Oh my god,
which isn't terrible.
that's nice. What's that like?
Oh, yeah, Timber. Yeah, no, sweet. I'll take both.
Okay, and she hands you a 50 euro shine back, a 50 euro bill back. Anything else I can do for you? You're very pretty. We have lots of really cool occult jewelry that would look fantastic on you. You could pin it to your dog too.
Oh, you're all right. And pat her head. You're all right. I'll look around and consider. And Lorelei's knee-jerk reaction would be like, "Yes, I would love to like explore and look around and buy everything."
Well,
but
here
she'll
we
be
go.
like,
Here comes where you're a pack leader, right? You were
Yeah.
loaned this money by Timber, and somehow you're going to have to pay Timber back, supposedly. Do you return this 50 oil to Timber, or do you spend it? You're a pack leader. Do you have the authority and the right to spend the money as you see fit?
I think Lorelei would. Her sense of
Timber earns the money, you distribute
fairness.
it.
Yeah, her sense of justice would kick in. She'd be like, "No, it's not fair."
Mhm.
She'd be like, "No, unfortunately, not today."
I would like to do something.
Sure.
So kind of like in that, you know, canine curiosity,
Mhm.
right? Hana's thinking she could get away with a little closer investigation to the against her better judgment with like seeing the screaming faces. She's gonna do that thing where she's just gonna start sniffing the air and then sniffing down at the ground, tail wagging a little bit.
Towards the basement.
Yeah, we're gonna start walking that way.
The shopkeep girl would say, sorry, that's off limits, even for your cute dog.
Oh God, I'm so sorry about that. Come here.
Hana is gonna look towards Catherine and give the biggest puppy dog eyes a Newfoundland can give. Just go.
It's off limits.
Mm.
For sure. Come here, Leah.
She will. She'll go there and she'll sit right next to Lorelei.
Sweet. Well, I may be back again. I love this store, so you might see more of me in the future.
I look forward to it.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
Cheers.
And we will leave.
You will leave. All right. So we're going to jump right back over to Elias and Timber. You arrive on your e-scooter to Schoeneberg, to where Lilette lives in Victoria Park. She lives in a nice, what you might call a townhouse. How do you approach? It's a beautiful white home with brick, a little picket fence on the outside. It's a gorgeous home. Beautiful park right next to it, Timber.
Timber's looking at the park.
Mm-hmm.
Do we go up to the door and knock, or do we just go in through the back?
I mean, I was gonna knock.
Okay.
Yeah. You good? You keep eyeballing the grass.
Timber misses trees that
Yeah, me too.
hide and hunt. The only thing to hunt here is... Anyway, we go knock on door.
What have you been hunting, Timber?
Doors. And Timber's gonna walk up to the door and knock.
Mhm.
And then
Nobody-
ring the doorbell if there is a doorbell.
Nobody answers. And both of you to make a wits and awareness, please. You are in your Hamid forms. However, you are also still Garu, and your senses are heightened naturally now. Elias, do you get an extra dice for this? No, it's not investigation. No, duh, you do. You get an extra dice for this. Because you're favorite.
Oh, neat.
Or
You risk anything. I'll spend the willpower.
we love to see it.
Yep. Also 4.
Both of you smell decomposition.
Sick.
So
That doesn't sound good.
When Timber said the first part of going around the back, do we do that now, or should Timber break door down?
Let's it's like the middle of the day, but it's a nice neighborhood. I'm sure. Fuck, I don't know. Are people walking their dogs and like out and about and such?
You have about an hour or so before people get off work, and that starts happening.
All right, Timber, on 3, we're gonna break the door down.
All right, 3.
Both of you strength and brawl.
Today is 4. Today is just a 4-day. 4.
6.
Yep. Elias sort of bangs the door down. He doesn't really need your help, Timber, but as he bangs the door down, it comes mostly off the hinges, and you just sort of soar in over him. You're much smaller and more limber than he is, and kick the rest of the door down. That was kind of fun. But the fun ends immediately as that smell of decomposition hits both of you like a slap in the face. It smells terrible. You smell the rot of a human body, or some type of body in here.
I'm gonna follow the smell.
You don't see anything amiss in here, not right away, not in the foyer, but as you walk into the room, the house is torn apart. It looks like someone came in here and they were looking for something. They tore everything apart.
Is this why she not go to moot? Did no one call on the Weaver trash to see if she was alright?
Apparently not. This is kind of a stretch, Huddy, but judging by the smell, how can we tell like how long it's been decomposing?
Well, as you walk through the house, you head up the stairs where the smell gets stronger. And you come upon Lilette's bedroom. And someone has laid Lilette in the bed, posed her. She's decomposing in the bed. And you see written above her head, in blood, her blood, is exactly what was written above Hannah's bed. Coming for you.
There's just this feral snarl rolling out of Timber's chest.
Wits and investigation for Elias. Add that extra dice again.
Absolutely.
If you have any dots in medicine, you can add it.
4.
You can tell that she's been dead a little over a week. Your guess is she died right before the moot.
We need to let Lorelei know and the rest of the care.
Agreed.
And Renata, has anyone talked to her daughter?
I don't think anyone has made contact. Let me get in touch with Lorelei.
So we shouldn't leave her here, but should I clean it up?
We can't touch anything yet.
Okay.
Let's wait for some guidance, and I'll call Lorelei.
As the two of you leave Esoteric, and Hana, you switch back from Lupus to your Homid form as you hurry off the streets. Lorelei, you get a phone call from Elias.
Feeling, letting a breath of relief out after leaving a place where a leech servant was, and also riding the high of a successful little adventure. She'll answer, "What's up?"
Hey, we have a problem.
Okay. What is it?
I need you to come to Lilette's.
Bring Old Wolf. We'll need Old Wolf when.
Bring everyone.
This is going to be bad when you get here.
I don't want to surprise you when you get here. She's gone.
I'm sorry?
She's dead, Lorelei.
This news is why we needed Old Wolves.
Yeah, I'll be there. And she'll hang up.
Lorelei, do you call Sweets, who does have a phone?
Yeah.
Sweets, you're sitting around with your wife and your daughter. You finished your doner kebabs, and you're actually having a pretty good time. This is nice to spend time with your family, and Maggie seems to be at ease for the first time in a long time. She's sitting next to you, and she keeps reaching out to hold your hand.
I'm gonna hold her hand.
Lorelei calls you.
Oh, sorry, I gotta take this. The kiddos are calling. And he'll, go over to, he'll step outside and he'll take the call. Yeah, hello.
I need you to come to Lilette's, like, now.
Okay. Talia is here. Do you want us? Oh, no, that leave Maggie alone. Yeah, I'll be there in a minute.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do you the courtesy that Elias did me. She's dead.
Then, do you mind if I grab a few things from the stock that you brought from the cairn? There's a rite that needs to be done.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Hey, I'm sorry for your loss, baby girl.
Yeah. See you soon.
I'll see you there.
Let me just hang up.
And Sweets will grab the things that I need for the rite of the departed.
Mm-hmm. Do you tell anything to Talia?
Yeah, I'll come back in. Hey, I need you to stay here with your mom for a little bit. Lorelei Savagewind is with Gaia.
Please keep me updated. Where's Renata?
I don't know, but I'll find out today.
Take care of Lilette. I'll call Moorwalker and Licks the Wound to go check on Renata. I'll send them to her dad's first.
Yeah, do that. Who is Renata? Hold on, who is Renata's father?
It's just some guy, I think.
It's never just some guy.
I'm sorry, Dad.
I'm hurting, but I'll be okay.
I'll stay here with Mom.
Thank you.
Did you leave? And we're going to take a break right here before the pack convenes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. When we left, Elias and Timber discovered that a fellow member of the Sept, sort of, Lorelei's mentor, Lorelei Savagewind, an old friend of Sweet's, is dead in her bed, and dead at least a week in her bed, with a cryptic message, very similar cryptic message to the one left above Hannah's bed, of coming for you, written in Lilette's own blood. They informed their pack that they need to arrive to the location to help them investigate, and Sweets, Lorelei, and Hannah, you converge at this point in front of Lilette's home, where the door is broken down.
Kind of look up at the house for a moment, bracing herself.
I will say it's also very obvious that one Sweets no cane in sight, and ran all the way here on two legs, and doesn't look winded, doesn't look tired, barely broke a sweat.
Sweets, I need you to make me what's an insight, please.
Sure.
You are at 2 rage.
I did get one set of fangs, but that's a total of 5 crit plus 1.
Okay, so that's not a brutal failure. You notice that Lorelei is wearing a talisman around her neck of a wolf's paw. And to your sight, you do not possess penumbral senses, but to your sight, it moves. It stretches and moves and writhes against her chest.
Lorelei Savagewind, you take that off right now.
I'm sorry?
That is a talisman of wolf. Where did you get that?
She'll clutch it again. Tiara's cabin.
Give it to me.
I'm not done studying it yet.
The more you study it, the more you will become like her. Is that what you want?
Is that what it does?
Is that what you want, Lorelei?
No, but we don't have time for this right now.
Take it off and give it to me. I'm begging you. Please, I can't lose another daughter.
Do I have to roll anything?
Yes, you need to roll me a willpower.
Okay.
May I spend a willpower and use ancestral conviction to add my honor to persuasion?
Yes.
6 successes.
Lorelei?
6 on a crit.
Lorelei, you do not have to do what he says.
She'll look down, look at the house, and without making eye contact, she's like, can we do this later, please?
No, we can't.
Timber and Elias, you hear this discussion happening outside the door, and you're like, why are they not coming in?
Yeah, Timber's just gonna go to the door. Can we all please get inside so Timber can shut door?
Yeah, it's probably for the best. Hana says, just walks in.
Yeah. And she'll do a glance at Sweets and then walk in.
Sweet's absolutely sick to his stomach will follow.
Sweets, I need you to make me a willpower roll.
10 successes, 2 crits.
Mm-hmm. Please continue on with the scene.
Smelling the decomposition. Lorelei will grimace but push through and just walk straight to where it's concentrated without saying anything.
Everyone heads upstairs where Elias is still waiting in the bedroom, and of course you come upon the grisly scene. Lilette is laying in her bed. She's fully clothed. She has a silver dagger. It's not a dagger, though. It's like cylindrical in nature with maybe a pointed end. You can't tell because it's through her neck, and she's sort of bolted to the wall through the headboard. And she's been decomposing for quite a while. It's all that viscera and bile is all over the bed. She's past the point of bloating and things of that nature, and she's her skin has gotten quite taut around her. And you see above her bed, it says, "Coming for you."
Hana sees that and freezes, just 1,000 yards staring at it. Joint still in mouth, by the way.
And everyone can roll me a wits and awareness really quick. And as I stated, the house is in complete disarray. They were looking for something. 4.
I got 1 with 2 teeth.
Okay.
6 on a crit.
3.
7 with a crit.
You got a brutal outcome, Timber. All right. You're going to do something that is completely disrespectful, because we're not in a physical altercation at the moment. Completely disrespectful. You're going to start going through her things, looking for stuff to take back to the loft, while the rest of your pack investigates. All of you smell a very familiar smell. It smells exactly like the home where you found Hana. And Sweets, you know this smell to be Marcel Night Mist.
It's the same. Same person did this. Same people. I think Lorelei would slowly approach the bed and just look down at Lilette, and it'll hit her, and tears will start falling, and she'll just bring her a hand to her mouth and weep for a moment.
As you look over the body of Lilette, the wolf paw vibrates. Elias, you don't see it vibrate. Hana, you don't see it vibrate. Timber, you don't either. Sweets, you do.
Sweets will move over to the bed and correct the crime of war that is Lorelei Savagewind, warrior for Gaia, and Black Fury matron, being put to her grave with silver in her body.
You pull it out. It's completely strange and unusual. It's like no weapon you've ever seen before.
Hold it out to Lorelei.
Her hand's shaking. She'll grab it.
It's too smooth. It's too shiny, chromed. It's very strange.
Consult the spirits. and know this is what disciples of Wolf do to us.
She'll look up at him with just like angry and say, "You think I don't know that at this point?"
Then why do you wear a talisman dedicated to him?
Well, one, I didn't know.
Ignorance can be forgiven.
She'll just shake her head and look back down at the body and wipe her eyes.
She was my friend for many years. But I can wait. Do you want a moment alone with her?
We don't have time. We have to find who's doing this.
Stop it. This is the last time you'll get to see her. Take it from someone who's had too many last times seeing someone interrupted by the things that have to be done. Don't let this moment slide away. Hana didn't get that.
What's kind of going through Hana's mind right now is this is a very similar death to the sister that took care of her pretty much pseudo-mom. Seeing the message, she's getting literal fucking flashbacks to that scene in her brain. She's gone nonverbal. She's shaking. She's angry, probably the angriest she's been in a while, and she is going to storm out of the building.
You may increase your rage if you like.
I would like to, yeah.
Mm-hmm. 3 rage. Hana storms out. You walk past Timber, who has grabbed some random bags on the ground, random tote bags, and is shoving in clothes and anything that doesn't look completely destroyed. Seems to be single focused on stuff that you can take back to the house. And Lorelei, as Sweet speaks with you, you notice there is one thing that is still left undisturbed in this place, and it is that really ugly painting that Lilette had. The one that is an elongated oblong painting that goes from floor to ceiling.
Yes, I'd like a moment.
I'm sorry this happened to you. But it happens to all of us. I love you, kiddo.
She'll nod, look up at him.
Sweets will try and curtail whatever's happening with Hana, but giving a look to Hearteater as he passes. They had to have left something behind. There has to be something here.
I'll comb it over.
We need to talk later. He'll just nod and he'll press his forehead to Elias's forehead before heading out to get Hana.
Lorelei, you're alone in the room with Lilette.
She'll start crying again. I should have called. This is my fault. This is my fault. I should have fucking called you. Why didn't I? Oh my god.
She appears. She appears on the chest of Lilette. And she says, "There's just no tears for Garu. There's no time."
You're right.
You should avenge her, like the Black Fury you are. Besides, she's safe with Gaia now.
Yeah. And she'll steel herself and walk over to the painting.
You know what to do. You've been there enough times. You press on the painting in just the right way, and it pops open. To reveal a hatch that you can crawl into.
I shall crawl.
Crawl into Lilette's little war room, where she kept all of her werewolf accoutrements. So Renata would never know of her mother's nature. And you see she's got quite a few things in here. including a board, a stringed board, which she has quite a few things on there.
She'll take a look around, do like a lap around the little room before heading back out into the painting. She'll start to head out to the door to call everybody, but give Lilette one last look and grab her hand and squeeze it and say, "I'll make this right."
Do you say anything to Timber, who's burglaring the house?
I feel like she hadn't really noticed yet.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Sweets, you run down to catch up to Hannah.
Where are you going, kiddo?
Hana was kind of just outside near, I don't know, one of the trash cans or whatever's around there, kind of just sitting down next to it, knees pulled up to her chest, sucking hard on that joint. And she's kind of just 1,000 yards staring at her feet, kind of rocking in place for a second before turning to look up towards him. I couldn't be in there.
I don't want to turn this into a teaching moment. I'm going to be really honest with you. So I'm just going to say this. And he'll sit down, pop his meds, take a pill out, swallow it real quick. Don't turn your back on them. Those four people in there. Well, it'd be 4 with me. But those 3, they're gonna stick with you. Through everything. There's nothing you need to hide from them. There's no fear or anxiety that you could have that would be too much for them.
Dude, that's fine and all. I was having an anxiety attack from what I was seeing, not from who I was around. I needed fresh air. I needed to get out of there. I needed to not fucking see that. They did the same thing to her as they did.
Yeah, they did.
And what the fuck is with that message being here, too? Is that fucking for me?
No.
Who, or who? And who the fuck are they coming from? Why did I get the same message?
Lorelei.
They want her too.
They want everything. That is the sickness that is Hauglosk. It eats everything. And it's never full. Look, I understand. I do. Listen, we've been together, what, almost 2 years? Yeah. How many days have you ever seen me go without popping a fucking Xanax?
You really want me to answer? Yeah. I see your point.
I get it. But you can feel that with them. And my sincerest hope for you is that one day you will trust them enough that you can rely on their strength when you feel like you need to run. You good? Because I got your back. I mean, we'll go in there swinging if you want to. But I don't think it's going to help anything.
She's gonna take a full drag of her joint and stand up and drop it down to her feet and brush the remnants. Go back in. Go back in, yeah.
Hey, you go back in there with your head held up high. Because I'm right behind you. I'm always going to be right behind you. Even when I'm gone, I'm going to be right behind you. Okay?
Elias and Lorelei, have you done anything to deter Timber from burglaring? Timber has filled 3 trash bags now, full of things. Pillows, vases, anything that is not broken.
Yeah, I think when Lorelei steps out of the room to call for everybody, she notices that that's happening and goes, Timber, what are you doing?
This is what Timber can do.
You couldn't wait 20 minutes?
This is what Timber can do in this moment, because Timber can't avenge Lilette right now. Don't know where any of them are. This is what Timber can do, is keep this pack safe by making sure we have things we need.
And Timber puts something completely random and useless into the bag.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah, that's fine. Just whatever.
And then Timber's going to put this in the truck, and then we go back home and we figure out.
We'll figure it out. Promise.
The pack reconverges upstairs, and you notice that Lorelei has opened a secret panel in the wall.
Ta-da.
What's in there?
Lilette's war room. It's where she keeps everything away from Renata.
There is something that I would like to do, kind of like taking into consideration what Sweet said, and then also realizing the importance of the fact that she has more time and more power now than she had before in the last crime scene that she was in like this. And against my better judgment as a player, I'm going to spend willpower to activate penumbral senses for this scene.
You can. Intelligence and resolve.
Resolve?
Wisdom.
Wisdom?
I'm getting my speak confused. The rest of you can enter into the small hovel as Hannah does that. And you see that there's quite a few things. There's a few talismans in here and talons in here. Lilette has weapons in here. Everything is, as you remember, Lilette being Sweet's very meticulous in her ways. And she has a massive cork board, like your conspiracy board, Elias, except this one is a little bit more filled out. Yeah. What did you roll, Hannah?
4 successes on a crit.
Great amount of successes. You don't see anything with your penumbral senses here, unfortunately. It's not really the way penumbral senses work. There's nothing Umbra related happening here.
Well, hey, that's something to check off.
Sure. The board that you see, the largest point on the board is what is the Shadow Bane. Now, Lilette was not present at the meet, but somehow she knows about what the Shadow Bane is. Underneath that, she has written, what are its threes? Why do the spirits say 3? What do they fear? She has a piece of some paperwork of Good Shepherd's Youth Home, also pinned to the board with Hannah Ackerman's name on it. She has a Polaroid that appears to be blank. There's nothing on it that you can see. But we'll get to Hannah and see what Hannah sees in just a second. And in significance of 3s, she seems to be very focused on 3s. She has listed Kunevald, which has fallen, Steals the Frost, with question marks, and Monsi, the word next, question mark. Below that, she has Hannah's name, in Klamma, or parentheses, Leah, Timber, in parentheses, Wolfborn, and Lorelei, in parentheses, Marcel. She also has Cult of Fenris, not working alone, but with who and why. Black Spiral Dancers, Dark Litany, pack name Leader. And Pentex with multiple question marks, something's off here. To the far corner, she has posted, where are you, Marcel? And in the bottom corner, she has a picture of her and her daughter that seems to be drawn by her daughter. That is what you all see. Hannah, when you finish checking the room with your penumbral senses, you look at the Polaroid, and in the picture of the Polaroid, even though it looks blank now, to your penumbral senses, it's a spiral in the ground? A labyrinth? Don't know.
Hana's gonna. I don't think she's gonna say anything out loud because I don't think because there's nothing obviously telling her that she can see that, but nobody else can in that moment.
Correct.
So I think Hana is just gonna silently in that moment just get really close to the Polaroid. She's examining the Polaroid. She's seeing something.
What do you see?
I'm not completely sure, but it looks like a spiral. Something carved into the ground.
It's the door to a labyrinth, I would guess. She crossed the gauntlet and took a photo of the entrance to the labyrinth.
That sounds dangerous. It's
the most dangerous thing you could ever experience.
But she did it.
Because that's who Lorelei Savagewind was. That's what the name Savagewind means. Sweet's eyes just keep moving over those 3 pieces of paper. That's Timber, Wolfborn, Hana, Leah, Lorelei, Marcel.
Lorelei will walk up to the board and tap where it says Lorelei Marcel. What the fuck does this mean?
I hate to be all Darth Vader on you right now, but what does it make you feel? Search your feelings and let your insight guide you. Look, Timber, Wolfborn. Hana, Leah. Lorelei, Marcel.
She'll turn her head over her shoulder to look at Sweets with like a disgusted look. No.
Did you ever meet your birth father?
No. Oh my. I'd like to increase my rage.
Absolutely. And no, for clarification, you never met your birth father. Not that you remember, anyway. Your mother told you your mother got together with Tobias Bleibtrau when you were quite young, and your brother was his son, and your mother's son, so your half-brother. As far as you were told that your father died when you were around 2-3 years old.
Not to
you grew up. You were born in Berlin, but your mother moved you away.
Realizing all of this and increasing my rage, not to fuck everything up, but I'd like to bang on the board.
Certainly.
Yeah.
A lot of the pieces fall down.
So Leah for Hana and Marcel for Lorelei Wolfborn. Timber was Wolfborn.
Yeah.
Why are our 3 names here? Well, we.
So the 3.
You're 3 pups that they could mold to their agenda if they got their hands on you.
And no 3. We are part of 3. We are 3 part. Sweet told Timber that we are 1 part and 1 part and 1 part.
Yeah. Everything comes in
Like
3.
Timber's like can't convey what the like. I see her intelligence and it's just like smacking the 3.
Well, I do need our investigator to make me a roll, and I'm going to thematically give you 3 extra dice for this, for your favor. Wits and investigation as you look at the board, because I need to see if Elias can piece some things together. Okay. 7 successes. Yes, there is something going on with 3s. 3s for the Shadowbane. That one you don't know. That one's weird. There's not enough information on the board. It looks like Lilette hadn't quite gotten around to looking into the Shadowbane for that. but she's really run with this idea of threes. And Timber is absolutely right. The Garu are creatures of threes: the Weaver, the Wild, and the Wyrm. Human, wolf, Garu. There's so much about Garu that is split in a triad, right? So Lilette seems to have run with that particular idea. And she's looked at the 3 cairns that are in the central area of Berlin. One of them's in Potsdam, but still it's in the central area of Berlin. 3 wolves. Now, what Timber's relationship is to this, harder to know. There's not enough on the board for that. But Hanna's relationship to Grunewald is that Leah was there, and Leah died there. Lorelei's relationship to Grunewald is that Marcel was there, and a member of the Grunewald cairn. It is very likely her biological father. Including the 3 enemies, or main enemies here in the city of Berlin, you have the Cult of Fenris, the Black Spiral Dancers, and Pentex, possibly. And if you are following Lilette's logic in the rule of 3s, they might be working together. And that strange thing pulled out of Lilette's neck, that's not a Garu weapon.
There's connection. They're working. She thought that they were working together. That's not one of our weapons. They're either supplying one another or working together in some fashion. At least that's what this insinuates. And he's going to start... he's taking pictures of the board at this point, but he's going to start taking this stuff off of the board and just pocketing it to recreate.
One thing I forgot to mention, next to the Polaroid, so sorry about that, is another news article. It's from a small local news here in Berlin, not one of the larger ones. Like the largest newspaper here in Germany is called Frankfurter Allgemeine, which is out of Frankfurt, but it is a national newspaper. It is a newspaper clip article about the disappearances or the lessening of the homeless population. And she has it right next to the Polaroid with the Black Spiral Dancers, the labyrinth that Hanna could see.
They're taking the homeless for some reason. There's too much. I need to take all this.
You remember that drone that we fought 12 years ago?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, well, what the Black Spirals do to them is worse.
For those of us who weren't there, care to
They force
elaborate?
a bane inside of humans, and they call them Fomori.
Like the man that we kill when we find Lorelei.
Yes. Your stepfather was a Fomori. And one of the less horrific ones, if I'm being completely honest. He was, we used to call him fly lotuses back in the day. He was a harbinger of the flies. But they get worse. Their blood will eat through your flesh and bone like acid. They'll vomit flesh-eating maggots onto you. There's no end to the terror and cruelty that can come from a Fomor.
We need to grab what we can and leave. We need to figure out, do whatever right you need to perform, and
We need to get everything out, and I'll do the right. You're right.
We might need to find Renata next if she is on board too.
Talia's already looking into it.
Can I take the talismans?
Yeah.
Yes.
The talismans and the talons, they all need to go with.
Yes, you can. She also has throwing knives. She has a large broadsword, which seems to be more decorative, doesn't seem to be actually used. And she has 2 handguns, 9mm handguns.
We can put them in totes where we put in truck and go back to house.
That name there. Dark Litany, I remember it. Maggie and I were still in New York, Dark Litany was the name of the leader of the labyrinth there. We fought him many times. And when I tell you none of you are prepared for the wrath that he will visit upon you, and that we need to get prepared, I need you to hear me. That is a foe that stood against a legion of the Get of Fenris, and may yet still live. Was more cunning than the hundreds of bone gnawers that lived with us. I know you don't know them as a tribe, but his wisdom in battle outsaw the wisdom of the Stargazers. He is a foe beyond foes, chosen by the Wyrm. If he is working with Night Mist, everything is in more danger than we thought. His mind was not eaten up by the ravings of the Wyrm. He was a leader, a chosen general of the Wyrm. If he is marshaling strength here,
Why is that next to Timber's name? Did Daddy cook Crookpaw? No.
I doubt it. But it may have some relation to your mother. So we'll find her. And we'll make sure that nothing happens to her. And she'll go back to the cairn with Daddy Crookpaw. And we'll keep her safe. Okay? That's my promise to you.
Timber will see what happens when we find Mama, but we need to get board in truck. Timber doesn't want to look at it anymore.
So before you leave Lilette's home, I need to know what it is that you're doing, if anything, to cover up this death. Now, there's blood written on the walls. Lilette's body has been decomposing in here for almost a week. I need to know, are you going to call the police? Leave it as it is? What are you going to do?
So Lorelei, through all this, would you say, what if we take the body?
Where?
Bury it at the cairn. Where she belongs.
I would allow a drive up to Kunevald.
We have car now, and not just cracked teeth van.
Grunewald is where she belonged. It was her home.
It's better than all the other alternatives we've discussed.
We can put her beside Jurgen.
Let's do that.
Sweets, would you like to perform the rite here or the rite at the burial site?
I'll do it when we bury her.
We need to do it here because we have, again, fingerprints and everything we've touched is evidence.
Timber is good at Timber's job. This is what Timber does. No one has ever caught any of the dead humans that...
How many?
Don't worry about it.
Timber has a gift called Hidden Killer that removes fingerprints and evidence of werewolves.
Use the gift. Let's load the car.
Tim's loaded car.
Thank you, Timber.
Who carries out Lilette's body?
Everyone out of house.
Anna would like to help with that, if allowed.
I'll do it. Unless Lorelei wants to.
Go for it.
She was your mother. Your real mother. If it's something you want. She was my friend for many years, but she was your mother.
She'll nod, and yeah, she'll wrap the body in a blanket and carry it to the car. Or start headed to the car.
All right. You all pile into a tight squeeze into Lilette's truck. The flatbed is filled with things, and the decomposing body of Lilette is among those things in the flatbed. Other things piled on top of her. You drive the short distance south to the Quinavald Cairn. Elias and Sweets, obviously Sweets has been here before. It's a high climb, or in a car drive, up the Muggleberg. Sweets, it gets very strange as you get closer. It's been so long since you've been here. You come to the edge, and everyone present in the car can feel this sickly corruption permeate you and penetrate you. It's coming from this overgrown area of the cairn. You see just barely in the distance the makings of what was once a home, a house that is all rotted away. And you feel nauseous. You feel sick here. It's terrible.
Do we keep going? Because Timber wants to throw up.
We can't keep going.
Good.
Eyes of Frost won't let us.
What about if we bury her back by that house? It's a good landmark so that we can tell Renata where she can visit her mama.
Sweets will point over to the hill where they buried Jurgen. We buried my son on that hill. Lilette saved the rest of my children. In her own weird way. She ran. Which inspired me to leave. She saved us all. She led without leading.
As Elias and Sweets digs a hole for Lilette's body, I need my Theurges to spend me a point of willpower and roll intelligence and wisdom.
As a note, after this, I have one left.
Okay, that's good to know.
We're coming to the end, so we're all right.
Everything's fine. Yeah. Timber will help dig because I just realized we did not bring shovels.
Mm-hmm.
So we go in Hispo and
certainly
dig.
Do
and,
Hispo, yeah. What'd you roll, Lorelei?
So, it was 2, but I got a teeth.
Okay. That's a brutal failure. And we'll get right to that.
Sweet.
Hannah, as you look at the cairn that you've heard so much about, the cairn that Sweets came from, the cairn that Tiara came from, and how it fell to the corruption of Wolf, and you look and you feel this corruption, you feel it sickly inside you as you stand here, permeating you in the air. You stare deeper into it, and you can see that corruption spreading outwards from the cairn. However, deep within it, you see something as you stare at it. Looks like a building. With only 3 successes, that's all I can give you.
A building.
Lorelei. With that brutal failure, the necklace, the talisman that you're wearing of Wolf, speaks to you. And it says, "Go in."
Yeah, sure. Let's listen to the creepy necklace.
Are you being facetious?
No, I'm really not. No, I'm actually going in.
So Sweets, Elias, and Timber, you're all digging, and you watch your 2 Theurges, one of them staring deeply, intensely at the cairn, and you're watching Lorelei attempt to walk into it.
Timber is
running.
Yeah, Timber is gonna slide tackle because I heard the conversation, right? When they were outside the house.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, no, we're slide tackling our pack leader with love.
Dex Athletics for Lorelei, and you get an extra dice. Timber, Strength and Brawl. 2 extra, one or 2 extra dice for Hispo.
It's 2 extra dice. Oh boy.
4, 3. All right, so you successfully tackled Lorelei. As you get tackled, Lorelei, the talisman snarls. And Timber, I need you to make me a dex and athletics roll, please. No, actually, make me a stamina and occult roll.
Oh, okay. Fun little thing. I rolled teeth on my 2 dice.
Oh, you rolled a brutal outcome. Amazing. So, when you tackle Lorelei, again, you don't see it move. You don't see anything happen to it. But Lorelei, you feel that the talisman vibrates. It snarls, howls so loud and so forcefully that it pushes Timber off of you. And Sweets and Elias, you watch Timber go flying off into the road, smack into the truck. Timber, you don't take any damage. Timber, I'm going to allow you to how you react to this with your brutal outcome.
Did I hear the howl?
You did not.
Sweets
did, though.
I'm so sorry, Lorelei.
No, it's good.
Lorelei, you're on the ground at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, Timber's gonna leap back and pounce on Lorelei and like do the thing that wolves do where they pin down with their jaw.
Timber pounces on you, pins you down. Big drop of slobber falls right onto your face.
I would like to rip the necklace off of Lorelei's neck.
Okay, Elias, what are you doing?
He's gonna shift to Hispo using rapid shift.
Okay, rate check.
Success.
Okay, and what are you doing as Hispo?
Blocking their path, wherever they're walking to.
Well, at the moment, Lorelei is pinned down by Timber in Hispo form.
Yeah. Yeah, then...
You can certainly attempt to intimidate Timber to get off of her.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So you can roll me a, let's say, a strength and intimidation roll. Versus Timber's composure and resolve. I'll get right to you, Sweets. Lorelei, would you like to shift into your Glabro, Hispo, or Krynos form?
Wow, make it real silly.
5.
I think with everything happening so fast, she would, and being shocked at what happened, she would actually be still in homage saying, like, yelling, that wasn't me, I didn't do that.
Mm-hmm. What did you roll, Elias?
5 successes.
5 to 5. You come over to Timber, you begin snarling, growling. Timber doesn't move a muscle. She's still pinning Lorelei down.
Yeah, it's
Sweets,
just snarling.
Sweets, you want to rip the necklace off of Lorelei?
Mm-hmm.
You can do so easily. She's pinned down, she can't resist against it. You rip it off of her, and I need you to make me a willpower roll, please.
Can do.
We're gonna have to hit the old man. Okay.
It's fine. No, it's fine.
Jesus.
Not super good.
Okay. Alright. 2 crits.
Willpower is
with
with no rage. You know that, right?
Yep. I rolled 5 dice because I have 5 willpower right now.
Mm-hmm.
2 crits plus 1, so 9.
Okay. You don't feel any compulsion to hold on to the necklace.
Alright, that's enough.
And all of you can notice now that Hana hasn't moved from where she was. She's still staring into the cairn.
What do you see in there?
Building.
There were lots of buildings. Give me more details.
The building looks like it's made out of concrete.
Concrete? I would assume very warehouse-like, almost, right?
Hard to tell from here. You're using your penumbral senses. You're far away from it. It's more like it's less you're seeing the physical building and more like you're getting the vibe based on its location in the Umbra.
I will say, considering, okay, this is me taking the entranced state out, the curiosity added into that. He's not like actively moving forward, but the second that Wheats asks for like more detail, he takes a step closer.
Come on, keep feeding me. What else can you see around it?
Not much, just concrete, but there's There's something. There is.
Would you know it if you saw it again?
Maybe if I felt it. Yeah, I think. Maybe.
All right. Keep your eye out when we're in the city. Look for
Timber, you're on top of Lorelei. Are you staying there? Elias is trying to tell you to get off, but you don't have to listen to him.
Does anything about Lorelei's like demeanor change when the necklace comes off?
That's an excellent question. Lorelei,
Yeah.
willpower, please.
Okay.
I need to know how you feel about this particular thing. I need an increase of rage from you as well. It doesn't affect your willpower, but I need that, so you should be at 4 rage now.
Okay. 4.
You don't feel great about it. You're not going to go try and snatch it back from Sweets, but you don't feel great about it, and you feel your rage increase now that you've lost the talisman.
Yeah, I think she's not fighting back, but she's repeating, "I didn't do that. Get the fuck off of me."
Okay, so she looks like she's better. She doesn't have that like daze, like I'm just gonna go in now. Look.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Timber's gonna just kind of slowly whine and then sit back and kind of hit her head against Lorelei's shoulder, and then go see what the fuck's going on with Hana, because now Hana's just standing stock still. We need to get the fuck out of here.
Oh no, she took a step forward, and there is
That,
something
okay, yeah.
else now that I'm very curious about. So the vision that I'm seeing is off in the distance, right? And there's like stuff
yes, very
pulling
very
around.
off in the distance. The only thing that you're seeing, besides the sickly corruption, you see it now in the air. You see it as a physical presence in the air. You're getting the vibe of a concrete building coming from the center of the cairn.
Do I know how many steps I can safely take to get?
The closer you get to it, the sicker you feel.
Okay. I think that's gonna give pause to Hana moving forward, but I think she will try to, at that moment, to sate a side of her curiosity, reach out and kind of like run her hands through some of that corruption he's saying.
It's thick like soup.
Ugh.
We're here to bury Lilette. Let's finish and have the rite, and then I will deal with this talisman of wolf later.
Sweets.
What?
This is where my mom is, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not the answer I want to give you, but it is the truth. It's not something we can focus on right now, but we're coming back here.
Okay.
Lorelei, would you like to put your mother in the ground?
Yeah. Yeah. She'll
Please,
give Timber. Oh, no, Timber's walked away. Never mind.
No, so
Sorry.
Timber's like checking out, like just watching, because she needs to be within tackling distance if you decide to go body snatcher
fair.
again.
It's entirely fair.
I think it's in that moment that Hana finally realizes that she missed something.
Yeah, you missed it entirely.
What?
You lost a few minutes there.
What happened?
It's not important right now.
Lorelei, you place Lilette's body into the hole in the ground that Elias, Timber, and Sweets dug. She's wrapped in the bedding that she was laying in. And Sweets, would you like to describe what the rite entails?
Sweets will take a bundle of herbs and a lighter and light them before inhaling them deeply and then handing them to the next person, kind of moving everyone into a sort of U around the grave. We gather here for the departed Lorelei Savagewind. She was my friend for many years. She was cold and ruthless, and one of the best friends I ever had. She fought when wars needed to be fought. She ran when she knew there was no hope of winning. And she searched for every opportunity to turn the tide. There is no echelon of Gaia's warriors that wouldn't be honored to receive her spirit. But none of that is who Lorelei Savagewind really was. Not at the end of the day. She was a mother who loved her children. We should all be so lucky. She's survived by her 2 daughters, Lorelei Savagewind and Renata, who carry the flame of her light and the Gaia-blessed mission for vengeance. I will miss her so much. I'll miss the way she infuriated me more. And Sweets will take the wolf skin.
Does everyone shift to Lupus?
Mhm.
From Hispo to Lupus, it's a free action.
And Sweets will lead them in the howl for the departed.
The howl echoes through Grunewald, to your former home, place where Lilette served as your warden to your keeper of the land, where you spent many years together, where your children grew up, where you lost your son, where you lost Maggie for a time. As you finish howling, my Theurges, who still have their penumbral senses active, see a golden light in the distance that shoots upwards into the sky. And then the rite has finished.
We need to leave here. It's time to go home. I didn't mark Jurgen's grave because I knew it was a place I would never forget, Lorelei. But if you would like to leave something here for Lilette, you may.
No, I share that sentiment.
So all of you pile back into the truck. You now have a new truck and a bunch of new stuff. Sweets, just as you're about to get into the truck, I need one final wits and awareness from you, please.
6 successes on a crit.
The wind carries the scent of Ilva.
I'll start looking around.
You don't see her anywhere. You're not quite entirely sure what direction that wind was coming from.
Try and reach out to Northwind. Show me the way.
The corruption here is severe, and none of the spirits want to arrive.
Come on, come on. You took me away from this place. You can do this. We can do this together. Come on.
The wind remains still.
We have to go. Something's wrong with Elva.
You head back to where Maggie is, to your home. You notice as you enter into your new home, your loft warehouse, that there's a lot more furniture in here. All of you have beds and mattresses. Sweets had been busy all afternoon bringing in furniture. Maggie is here, along with Talia. Talia has made dinner for everyone as she was waiting for Sweets to get back. When she sees you all, she's with her one scarred eye. She says, "Well, that took you quite a while."
Call your sister. Call Elva right now.
She's moving right now.
Call her. Please.
She pulls out her phone, dials Ilva, puts her on speakerphone. And Ilva answers the phone. Talia, what is it?
Sorry, I just had your sister call you. Where are you? What are you doing?
I'm working
Where?
at my new job.
Where's that?
It's kind of under NDA.
Honey, I need you to tell me.
I'm at work and I said it's under NDA, which stands for non-disclosure agreement, and I can't tell you where it is.
When are you going to be home?
Don't know. I got a lot of work to do.
I'm going there to wait for you. When are you going to be home?
You don't know where it is.
I'll ask Bertrand. I need to see you.
You can wait in my apartment if you want to.
That's fine. Just tell me
But it's
where
going
it
to be a
is.
while.
Just tell me where it is and I'll be there.
I gotta go.
Text your sister.
She hangs up.
Fuck. All right, what do we know? Where does she live? Where did she move? I mean, I know Bertrand knows.
She moved to some studio in Berlin.
Yeah, do we have an address?
Yes?
What is it?
I can text it to you.
Okay. And Sweets will put his jacket back on, kiss Maggie on the cheek, and run out the door.
All right. Talia looks at the rest of you and she says, does anyone want to tell me what happened with Lilette or no?
She's been buried.
Licks the wound and Moorwalker found Renata. It's bad news.
What is it?
She's a leech.
What?
She's been a leech for quite a while. I'm not sure if Lilette knew or not.
The picture.
We have her. We're going to talk to her and see if she needs to be eliminated or not.
She should be told about her mother.
We will. After
I'd
we
like-
determine whether or not she's of the Wyrm.
I think she needs to know regardless.
I need to be there for that.
If we kill her, you mean?
I mean, to tell her about Lilette.
Didn't know you, did she? Didn't even know her mother was a werewolf. She used to drop you off at the Sept on the weekends she had her.
She should know the truth.
I don't mean to be harsh, but I don't think it'll make any difference coming from you to me.
Maybe not. Still.
I'll keep you updated.
All right. Thank you.
Did you find anything at her apartment of import?
Connected to other murder scenes we've come across.
If you need any help, just let us know or give Cascada a ring.
Yeah.
She puts a hand on your shoulder. I'm sorry for your loss.
We just nod.
Since my dad took off and Marcus is passed out upstairs, I guess I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Talia leaves. Sweets, you head down. It's a small studio in the Mitte. Doesn't look like... And you head up there. It's locked, of course. You don't smell Ilva in there. Do you break down her door?
I mean, she said she wouldn't be home for a while, so I'll sit and wait all night.
Okay. You sit and you wait. all night. Ilva doesn't come home. You see the sun begin to rise. She still hasn't returned home.
Call her.
She picks up the phone. What is it?
Where are you?
I told you I'm working.
I've been waiting here all night.
I don't know what you want me to tell you.
When are you going to be home?
I don't know. I'm working. And she hangs up.
Forgive me for this later. And I'll break the door down.
Everything that Bertrand put in here, furniture-wise, hasn't been touched. None of the boxes have been opened.
Son of a bitch.
And that is where we are going to end episode 4, Dead End, for this evening. Thank you, everyone.